It is perhaps the best home field advantage in all of football, and certainly the loudest, as we welcome you to GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And that is over the back line of the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll bring this out to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Hey, 57.
They start the drive here with Pacheco. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. You talk about this Seahawk defense. They currently sit at number 4 in the NFL in terms of stopping the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
Yellow, yellow. Easy.
Mahomes now to throw. Stewart got his man complete. And finally wrestled down at the 11. A big play there for KC. 44 yards.
And this offense has come out swinging here in the early going. They pick up a nice chunk on that pitch and catch. And the two of them have this offense moving in the right direction to start this game.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board first here this afternoon. And they do exactly what they wanted to. Opening drive, they get into the end zone. They do it on the ground.
And not only is the person lugging the ball happy, of course, because he got it into the end zone. How about the offensive linemen and receivers who are blocking for him? They have to feel great about themselves, sticking it in the end zone on a running play.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. Looking to put a drive together.
Panther 60. Cougar 19. 7 Pirates. 60 Bobcats. 18 Rattler.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, You just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
Mustang 19.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest. You get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Mahomes going to throw. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 39 yards there. A big one.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game.
Yellow.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. And between the last 2 plays, they've moved it over half the length of the football field. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Hey, 43. 30-yard line. Hey, Ripley. Hey, 57.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Oh, an ill-advised throw down. It's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions and not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, we need to change quarterbacks. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, some big guy, we're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they are a game under 500 now following the loss a week ago. And this is a team, Charles, that just has not been able to string victories together.
Yeah, they're certainly going the wrong way, aren't they? Because it looked like they had things pointing in the right direction, but now they've lost 2 straight. And that means this game is vital, extremely important, because if they fall 2 games below 500, the road back into playoff contention, awfully difficult.
Here's 2nd and 8. That's into the hands of his tight end Bowers. Inside the 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Brock Bowers, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. Jason Myers now for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They got to take care of business first.
Yeah, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
Yellow, yellow. Yellow.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Ball caught. It's Rice. And they're able to get this one across the 35. He's already topped his receiving output from a week ago, and we're just in the first quarter as that's a first down. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. The Chiefs in a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
Now here's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. He has already cracked the century mark in receiving in this opening quarter. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the second quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense. No matter what they do, he'll feel like they can't stop him.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
Here's 2nd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. First down in the red zone. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, wherever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession as they've got it as we resume action.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Butker now to kick this one away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. The last time out, they had to march almost the full length of the field for their touchdown. So here, much easier, Charles, with this better starting field position.
I love your sarcasm, but I love even more your observation because, look, what they did last time out, now with a shorter field, they should have a lot of confidence they're going to put more points up on the board.
A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and
3. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Zone coverage there. They were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3.
Cougar 19.
Looking to throw. He completes this to Walker. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a first down.
Ready, break. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Now he's going to step up, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. That's George Karlaftis, who fought his way through the line to bury him.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They set a load a big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Back to throw here. Trying to lay one up deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
19 Lions.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he goes out right around the 39.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you. And in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down.
That's another Kansas City Chiefs. First down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Come on! Fight on these two. Fight on these two. All right, go, Wood. Hey, 57 colors. 57 colors. Attack, attack! 15. Spice out.
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's a really nice job there by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. Working the middle of the field, and he's got him there complete. A big gain of 31 on 3rd down.
31 yards. That's another Kansas City Chiefs first down.
Now it's Mahomes again. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. They'll run here with Pacheco. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. He shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Mahomes will do it himself. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Touchdown! Isaiah Pacheco on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. Butker on for the PAT. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
That's the score. Chiefs 21, Seahawks 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this one over the back line of the end zone. Well, they definitely don't want to give him a shot at returning it. That's obvious. So the ball will come out to the 30. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Man, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Short throw caught by Bowers. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
24-yard gain on the play. And the Seahawks first down.
Cougar 19. 70 Razor. 70 Razor. 19 Lion. Ready.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First down, Seahawks.
Here we go. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. 18 Cardinals. 18 Cardinals. Mustang 19.
They'll set up to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. Second and 1. Now he's going to step up and run. And that is caught. But he will come down out of bounds, says the side judge, incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
They only get 2 there, but on 3rd and 1, that's all they needed to keep the drive alive.
A pickup of 2 yards.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 670, Timberwolves.
He'll drop to throw. And it'll be intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to give the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get him next time out.
And he'll just burrow his way back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle.
No gain on the play.
So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The Seahawks trailing, but they will have possession first here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he goes out of bounds after a solid return to the 45.
You know, we always talk about the chess match in a football game, but we're usually talking about offensive coordinator versus defensive coordinator. How about the special teams coaches? I think we just saw a big-time adjustment by one to help his team get a spark to start the second half.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
They'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 3. Now he'll tuck this and run. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. 10 yards and a Seattle 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence that big plays are out there.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. Repeated the last play, finding Walker. Just a gain of a couple there. And that will bring up second down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Trap 50, trap 50. Trap 19, trap 19, 7 Pirates, 7 Pirates.
Here's 2nd and 8. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
70, hot, 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers. Panther 11, Panther 11.
Back to throw again. To the right side and intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line.
As they started that drive, I think they looked at the scoreboard and said, this is a manageable deficit, guys, but let's go ahead and start cutting it down right here. Instead, an interception happened, so a 2-possession game might become 3. So as we get going here in the second half, this could rapidly reach the point where there isn't enough time left for a comeback if their defense doesn't bail them out.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
A good pickup there, 26 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Line of scrimmage moves from one 37-yard line to the other as they come up 1st and 10. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Throwing now is Mahomes. This is caught. It's Brown. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Hollywood Marquise Brown, 40 yards. And the Chiefs take a 3-touchdown lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Butker now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7.
Makes the score, Chiefs 28, Seahawks 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Oh, good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions. Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
60 Eagles, 60 Eagles, 79 Broncos.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Come on, come on. Hey! Pass the 60, pass the 60. Drop 60, drop 60. You're in the speed, you're in the speed.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Right side, he finds his receiver, Horton. From the 35, here's second down and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard at the Chiefs' 35-yard line.
Pass the 60, pass the 60.
From the gun, it's Walker. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1. Another modest gain there on that one, and I think, Charles, you can probably pin part of the deficit on a failure on their part to really get this ground game established.
Yeah, and they've really struggled to be multidimensional in this one, haven't they, partner? Because they have to be extremely one-dimensional now if they hope to get back into this game. They'll have to do it by throwing the football and hope to have success through the air.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 15-yard line. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Seahawks, first down.
18
and 10
rally,
at the
18 rally.
15-yard line.
They're going to look to throw. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Torrey Horton, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Seahawks are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
You throw, what, a touchdown strike?
there you go. That's my man, in concert.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. So both teams trade touchdowns, and the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Michael Dixon to kick off for
The kick
Seattle.
unit for the Seahawks out there on the field, and we are ready to rock. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Just a simple tap pass, but it pays off in a big way.
And sometimes the simple stuff causes the most problems for a defense because there's a breakdown in communication there. When that receiver goes behind the line of scrimmage and it looks like he's going in motion, someone either has to go with him or he has to be passed off to another defender. Somehow they didn't get that communicated well, and it turned into a nice play.
Mahomes now to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And all the way down to the 10-yard line. A big play there for KC. 44 yards.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10.
15.
Mahomes going to throw. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. And the Seahawks are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Let's go now.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Walker. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Fourth quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure they only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You've got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And from the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
But I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
This offense so far on 3rd down, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Seahawks first down. A gain of 9 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
Rangers, 70 Rangers. Lions.
They'll look to throw again. He's got a man. Downfield is Horton. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
60 Vikings.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Seven Pirates!
They go play action here on first down. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And that is incomplete.
Well, here's a classic second guess. I thought he had a better chance of a positive play if he just ran it himself. The coverage downfield was really good. That one falls incomplete.
Cowboy 80! Ready?
Straight ahead, Walker. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
All right, now the Seahawks face a big two-point conversion attempt.
The Seahawks will line up for the two-point conversion.
They'll try and throw for it. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4.
Seahawks 22.
So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And the Chiefs are going to make the recovery. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. A handoff now for Pacheco. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
And what a tough spot for this defense because they know it's coming, but they're just powerless to stop it. What a great run there to start the drive. And you can bet there'll be more where that came from as they try to ice this game away.
They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8.
Yellow. Yellow.
Interesting, Mahomes wants to throw it. Short throw held in by Kelsey. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 15-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom, quick, and what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Another run on 2nd down, trying to cover up. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. Call it a gain of 11 yards, and that should just about do it.
First down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because, remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for Kansas City, it's a much-needed victory as it gets them back to 2-4 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.